Brian, we're live.
Here we are.
Hello, everybody. Asked you, before we got started, I asked you if you were ready to go live. And what did you say?
I said, I'm always ready.
But that hasn't always been the case.
No, it hasn't.
No, as a matter of fact, that's a fairly recent development.
It is. I remember it was just a couple weeks ago where you were like, hey, Brian, let's go live right now. And I said, no, why don't you give me a day to organize my thoughts and put my notes together, and I'll have a good thing tomorrow. You're like, no, we'll just do it now.
Do it now. And how did that feel to you at the time?
At the time, it was somewhat nerve-wracking.
It was somewhat, I'm going to play with some settings. It was somewhat nerve-wracking.
It was.
Fascinating. And what do you mean when you say somewhat nerve-wracking?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like the end of the world, but it was kind of like, oh, geez, I'm just going to get on camera and not have a plan on what I'm going to say.
And how does it feel now?
It's kind of fun.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Why was it so nerve-wracking? Have you really changed that much as a human being? Did you have some sort of extraordinary breakthrough that completely rewired your mind? You know,
I think just by doing it, it becomes less frightening and
That's
easier.
The name of the game, just by doing it. Well, on that note, I'd like to read a passage here today. This is a fairy tale written this morning with is it Chat GPT or GPT Chat?
I think it's Chat GPT.
Chat GPT. So I've played around with Chat GPT a little bit, but really not much. And I had a half hour this morning, and I got inspired. And in literally less like 20 minutes, what I'm about to read to you was created by an AI. I just gave it some commands on how to improve it 3 or 4 times, and it made it work. And so I'm going to read this to you. It's in the, hey, Kevin, how's it going? I do have a beard. Brian really should grow a beard, though.
It doesn't really come in.
I could hypnotize you to help out with that, though.
You're going to hypnotize me to grow more facial hair.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am. So we could sell. Imagine how much of that we could sell. But seriously, hypnosis is great for breast enhancement. Believe it or not, you can use hypnosis for all sorts, but not all sorts of body augmentation. There are some parts of the body that are directly changeable as a result of the signals that your brain is sending to your body. There is a lot of talk, but no proof that a male's genitals can be enlarged through hypnosis, but nobody's ever proven it. But without a shadow of a doubt, hypnosis absolutely can enhance, can grow, or shrink breast size in women, strangely enough. It can also increase hair and hair growth. Yeah. So, we could, because I mean, at the end of the day, so much of hair growth is hormonal. And if your body has the ability to produce the right hormones, then what gives? Well, it really comes down to what are the signals that the brain is giving the body, right? And so if you can ramp up your brain signals that are sending certain things, you can change quite a few different things. This is not a live stream about hypnosis, ladies and gentlemen, nor is it a live stream about breast enhancement. This is a live stream all about Jack. And I'm going to read this story to you. It turned out so good. All right. Once upon a time in a magical kingdom called Email Land, a young business owner named Jack dreamed of starting an email-based business. He knew that building a profitable email list would be the key to making his dream a reality. So he set out on a journey to learn all he could about how to do it. As Jack traveled through email land, he encountered many helpful magical creatures who taught him valuable lessons about email marketing. There was the wise old owl named Hootie, who showed Jack the importance of offering valuable content to his subscribers. There was the mischievous email sprite named Sparky, who taught Jack how to use automation to save time and increase efficiency. And there was the kind and gentle email unicorn named Rainbow, who showed Jack the power of segmentation and targeted emails. But as Jack's email list grew, he also encountered an enemy, a wicked email dragon named Smokescreen. Smokescreen was jealous of Jack's success and tried to sabotage his efforts at every turn. He sent spam emails to Jack's subscribers and tried to steal their personal information. Despite Smokescreen's efforts, Jack remained determined to grow his email list and build a profitable email-based business. With the help of Hootie, Sparky, and Rainbow, Jack was able to overcome Smokescreen's tricks and continue to grow his business. Thanks to his hard work and determination, Jack's email list and email-based business became increasingly profitable. He was able to quit his day job and focus on his business full-time. He even expanded into other product lines and services. But Jack didn't stop there. He knew that there were many other entrepreneurs out there who were struggling to build their own profitable email lists. So he created a magical video that would solve their entrepreneurial problems forever. In this video, Jack shared all of the secrets and strategies he had learned on his journey through email land. At the end of the video, Jack included a strong call to action. He asked his viewers to click on a link to learn more about how they could build their own magical email list and achieve the same level of success as Jack. So, dear reader, if you want to learn the secrets to building a profitable email list and email-based business, don't wait any longer. Click on the link or comment below. Actually, comment below and watch Jack's magical video presentation today. You'll be glad you did. If you comment Jack's magic video below, as soon as possible, I will private message you a link to watch Jack's magic video. So that was really cool. I've seen a lot of people have in the marketing scene, a lot of marketing gurus have had the Chat GPT write some things for them that kind of sucked. And what did you think of this, Brian?
Yep. I'm amazed that the Chat GPT did that. It was really, it was so like on point. Really interesting. It was an interesting story, and it had like actual like practical, advice in it. It was really neat.
Yeah, really, really, really cool, right? So, I asked Chat. I'll just tell you guys what I did. Is I asked Chat GPT to write a fairy tale about email marketing and an email. I think it said about email marketing and email based. Oh, I'll just tell you. Hold on. I think I have it open over here. Yeah. So what I did was I said, I'll tell you exactly what I told it to do. I said, explain how to build a profitable email list and email-based business written as a fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm. Okay. So that was my first command. And it generated a very short version of this story. And then I said, explain how to build a profitable email list and email-based business written as a fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm that is over 1,500 words. And it did it. And it was over 1,500 words. And then I said, explain how to build a profitable email list and email-based business written as a fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm. Make it at least 1,500 words and use more magical and fairy tale elements. Write it at a maximum of a 4th grade reading level. And then it wrote it again using more magical elements, more fairy tale elements, and at a 4th grade reading level. And so it stripped out a lot of the complexity in the complex language. And then I said, please add in an enemy and give names to some of the magical creatures he meets in email land. And then it gave the creatures names and associated them with certain lessons and created a bad guy, Smokescreen. And then I said, this was cool. I said, add in teasers about a magical video that will give at the end to solve their entrepreneurial problems forever. Add in a strong call to action at the end that causes people to click on a link to watch a video presentation about how the reader can build their own magical email list. And then it did that. And then I said, rewrite it with an English magical style. And it just got confused and errored out on me at that point. And at that point, I just said, this looks great. And I went with it. But it literally took me like 20 minutes. And all I did was ask questions. Like I told it short things, and it wasn't quite what I wanted. So I kept on asking it again. And one of the cool parts was that at first I told it what to do, and then I changed what I wanted it to do, and I added a few things to it, and then I added a few things to it. And then I was like, I wonder if I just tell it one more little thing without re-explaining the whole thing that I already asked it to do, if it will be smart enough to modify its original version with my new command. And it was. And so it was really great. And I think that one of the things that made a huge difference to make it a useful output was when I asked it to write. So I always use Hemingway app, or at least I used to use it until I got good enough that I don't really need to anymore. But Hemingway app, in order to look at the reading level of my copy, and I always do my absolute best to get it at 3rd to 4th grade reading level. And so when you do that, it basically strips out all the technical jargon, right? Really, really, really good. So I thought that was super cool. There will be more.
So, Tellman, what are your thoughts on this whole? So there's a lot of chatter on the internets about ChatGPT and whether it's going to make copywriters or writers obsolete, and all the implications for like online marketing and stuff like that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I have thoughts, but it's just my opinion. You know, like I don't know what the hell is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is I think that there is going to be a massive increase in the creation of content. And a lot of the bulk of that increase will be AI driven. And I will tell you that I remember when spinning articles became popular as a way of writing an article once and then spinning it, running it through a spinner in order to create unique content that when you read it, it just sucked because it was unique content, but it sucked. And what I think is going to happen is that there's going to be a lot of crappy content that's created where the person that's giving the commands to create the content ultimately will be dumb and inexperienced. And I think so. What I think is that for a while anyway, people who are not artists will use AI to create art. And people who are not copywriters will use AI to create copy. And it may or may not be better than if they created it themselves, but they won't know the difference because they don't have any skill to begin with. And it's just going to be noise as a result. I think that humans will become desensitized to meaningless, connectionless, non-relational copy that's generated by a robot. And I think what that will cause is an increase in desire for genuine human connection. As this isn't about marketing, this is about robots becoming more pervasive in our lives. And I think that the closer that robots get to simulating being human, looking human, AI, for example, that can like you can upload a written script right now to it. I think it's called synesthesia or something, where you can upload a script and you can output like some pretty girl speaking your words, and it all looks pretty real. But the thing that it's missing is soul. I think that like with automated webinars got real popular for a little while, and everybody made a bunch of money for a little while until all the consumers realized they were being duped, and suddenly automated webinars didn't become so cool anymore for them, and they felt like they were getting fooled. And I feel like automated webinars are an early example of AI in that way. So I think there'll be more content online. There'll be, I mean, it's cool that we can create super rad sci-fi futuristic images of us that make us feel good about ourselves, and we can put them up as our profile pic, and it looks kind of real. I'm down with that. That's fun. You know what I mean? I'm a total sci-fi fantasy superhero nerd. Like, I like that stuff, just like probably more than most people. But what do you think, Brian? What are your thoughts on where all this is going?
Yeah, I have some similar thoughts to what you said. I think, one, you're going to see a lot more noise. There's going to be a lot more content put out there. But as you said, I think it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to kind of put like heart, soul, and personality into it. Though AI, I think, from what we saw already, is getting to the point where it could do that. So the jury's going to be out on like the written form as to where that goes. I'll give you one example. Like, I was actually meeting with a friend who we plan on starting another business together. And the idea I originally had was it was heavily going to be based on putting out a lot of content, written content, and there was an SEO strategy behind it. And now, in light of Chat GPT, until we kind of see how things go, because we're just giving our opinions. We don't really know what's going to happen. But at least for now, I kind of put that idea on hold because I just don't know how competitive and difficult it's going to be to rank in SEO with all this noise. So that's one part of it. The other part of it, though, I think is, one of the things that we've been teaching a lot and doing ourselves is doing video. And I think that that's going to further, and for a while, video has been a way to like break out from the noise, to stand out, to go above and beyond what most people aren't willing to do. I think with all this noise you're going to see from things like AI is just going to make video more valuable, a better way to stand out and really connect with people. And the people who are willing to do video are going to reap serious rewards from it. And the people who aren't willing to do video are going to suffer greatly in the foreseeable future.
I agree with you, but with a caveat. And the caveat is I think that video is the beginning point, not the end point. And what I mean by that is I think that one-on-one verbal sales conversations are probably going to become more desirable for people to want to have. And I think that live events and live workshops, one-on-one teaching and mentoring experiences where you are spending quality physical time in the same space with someone is going to become more valuable because the increase in ads and in organic content. I mean, look, when you're on Facebook and you see one of those videos, right, that clearly has a robot talking about the top 10 weirdest looking people you never thought would possibly exist. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I get served up. Like, I get like videos about Turtle Boy and, the real life wolf man and like the most obese woman alive or whatever. And like oddities, right? But it's a robot video. Like, it clearly wasn't made by a human, or if it was not made by an American that can speak clearly, which means it was made by someone else who doesn't speak English. And it's funny, but it's not, there's no connection. I don't want to watch more because I feel like it's just like some stupid crap, like churned out automated video. So it's kind of like using AI, right? And or sophisticated robots. Could we, they probably already exist. Could we have a fully automated McDonald's? Yes. I think we can safely say at this point, yes. If we can have an AI write us a fairy tale in 2 minutes about the email marketing from the Brothers Grimm, I think we can probably have an AI make some fries and flip some burgers and serve them through a window, right? And so if we can have and I know that in Japan, everything's in Japan, they have at least one chain of fully automated pizza restaurants, right? That are fully 100%. It's like a vending machine for hot, fresh pizza, but you can watch it being made on the conveyor belt in front of you when you order it, you know? And so if we can have a fully automated restaurant that can feed us hyper processed food, right? That's convenient, right? We can do that, and it's super convenient and super cheap, and we can eat it. But the more crappy fast food that is available, what happens to the really nice restaurants is they actually become more desirable. More people want to go to the really nice restaurants. The more shitty, crappy, hyper processed places, options that are available, people want something that's real, right? They want something that's good. They want something that's handmade. They want something that someone put some love and some care into it, right? We're not just talking about hamburgers here. I think we're going to have the same experience with fast food and processed consumables that we already have. I think we're going to have the same thing with our information. I think we're going to filter a lot of it out. And guess what?
What?
I have a email marketing call to do at the top of the hour, which is in less than 60 seconds.
Oh.
Cool.
All right. So I guess to wrap up, I'll say people don't want crappy food served by robots.
Yeah, nobody wants
the authentic experience delivered by yours truly.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want to learn how to build a wildly profitable email list, go join our early bird list at www.mathscotland.com/early-bird. It's the link right there. And we'd love to hear what your thoughts and feelings are on AI Brothers Grimm marketing fairy tales. Let us know what's up. Brian, I think we got to start doing some of those giveaways we talked about earlier. I think that'll fire people up. Yeah, I think that'll really, like, if we're like, okay, we'll do a giveaway if you get entered by, liking the video, by commenting, and by sharing. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. Okay, everyone, here we're going to do a little experiment. End of the video experiment. Probably should have started the video off this way. If you want a copy of the first email marketing course I ever created, it's called My First List. We sold tens of thousands of copies of My First List alone. The first edition. It's a 3 MP3 set. It was created by recording on teleseminars on the phone, including the PDFs. We cover the 9 timeless laws of list building, and they truly are timeless. If you want to get yourself a copy, here's what you got to do. One, I'm gonna put this into the comments below so you can see how to enter to win a copy of My First List. Okay, 1, comment email is awesome. Actually, comment my first list below. Two, like or love this video. 3, share this video to your profile. And 4, send me a private message on Facebook saying my first list. If you do those things, then I will give you a copy of my first list, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to give that a little shot. We'll see how many people can follow the 4 steps to get a free and amazing, legendary list building program. I got to go, Brian. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Adra. Enjoy your day. Toodles.